let's talk this one. Over the weekend, Ian Rappaport, NFL.com, network, whatever, reported that Mac Jones is going to be in demand this offseason because apparently the quarterbacks in the upcoming draft aren't so special, and there's a dearth of good quarterbacks coming out. So Mac's in demand, and the Niners could trade him for a draft pick. Do you think they should?
Okay, I have very strong feelings about this. I want to remind people and Ian Rappaport that as far as I know, Mac Jones signed a 2-year contract. A
Yeah.
contract is a contract. He is contracted to play 2 seasons with the 49ers. Now, I know a lot of people bitch and moan, I want an extended agreement, I hate that narrative. It makes me sick. The Niners would be crazy to trade him. Crazy to trade him. Let's say they could get a 3rd-round pick for him, Iggy. Does that seem reasonable?
Absolutely.
Okay. They get a 3rd-round pick for him. First of all, they'd fuck it up. That's for starters. So it's not as valuable as you think, but there's something much more important than that. They need 2 quarterbacks. Now, I'm going to say Purdy and Mac Jones are about the same level. We could argue about it. If you say Purdy's a little better because he's more mobile, sure. I'm willing to grant that. But he's not in a whole other universe than Mac Jones. They're both pretty much the same. And I'm going to call them B+, A-, Iggy, those guys. Whoever plays is going to get hurt because the offensive line is never going to be that stout because Kyle is, although he does very many good things, often puts his quarterback in peril. He does. It's part of how he runs a game, calls a game. So if Purdy's going to start, let's project to next season. If Purdy's going to start, he'll get hurt. He got hurt this year. And then Mac will come and his knee will hurt, his oblique will hurt. And they need 2 quarterbacks. Because of the way they play ball, they need 2 quarterbacks. And they should thank God that they have Mac Jones signed to a 2-year contract. So under no circumstances trade him. It would be suicide.
It's so interesting because it seemed like they were so grateful for Mac Jones at first. Brock Purdy goes down in the first game. The season's on the brink of collapse immediately, and Mac Jones steps in and not only plays like a starting quarterback, but like a top 10 starting quarterback, at least in this system on this team. And they were so happy. And then it was like, ooh, but you're sort of changing the narrative now and making it seem like we spent too much money on the other quarterback, and now our judgment looks bad. And it seemed like now they're trying to rein it back in a little bit. Like, yeah, Mac's great backup quarterback, but we don't really need him. I mean, we appreciate what he gave us, but we don't really need him. I mean, Brock's back, and Brock's special. And any criticism that Brock has, it's from haters. It almost feels like they would entertain a trade of Mac Jones this offseason just to, again, control the narrative and maybe get rid of the quarterback controversy, which is such a good problem to have.
Iggy, I would say they need Mac Jones almost as much as they need Brock Purdy, if not the same.
Yeah, I agree.
That's what I believe.
Yeah.
I'm going to say they need him as much. They're lucky to have him.
I mean, they could have a playoff game where both of them play.
Yeah.
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 They really do need him. And I got a prediction. I think they're going to trade him.
Really?
I think they're going to trade him.
Why?
I think they're going to convince themselves, and I think there's going to be a lot of reporters that help them convince themselves, you don't need Mac Jones. Mac Jones was a product of your system, and trade him somewhere else, and he's gonna flop on another team just like Jimmy Garoppolo did. He's Jimmy G 2.0. Get a pick for him while you can, because who knows, if you throw him out there for more games, it could all come crumbling down. I think they're going to talk themselves into it. I think it's going to be a big mistake.
Boy, I agree with you. You know earlier how I said that Jacoby Brissett is a high-end backup quarterback. Mm-hmm. All credit to him. Mm-hmm. Mac Jones isn't a backup quarterback. He's a starting quarterback.
Hell yeah, he is.
He's a starting quarterback.
he might be better than Darnold. Like, Darnold's having this great season with the Seahawks, but he just melted down against the Rams through 4 picks. Mac didn't do that against them. He faced the Rams twice, beat them once, played even better against them in the loss. I'm just saying.
Yeah. Darnold is the kind of guy who has mental crack ups. He'll
Yeah.
be all right. And then a game where you need to put him in the asylum. He
Yep.
just cracks up. Mac Jones, his personality is very confident, buoyant.
Mhm.
He doesn't seem to have a lot of football neuroses.
Mm-mm.
Whereas the other
Doesn't.
guy, I think the other guy does.
Yeah.
I'm talking about Sam Darnold. I'm not talking
Yeah.
about Brock Purdy. I don't
Yeah.
think he has neuroses either. I think they're both very level-headed guys, the kind of guys you want.
Yeah. And it's nice to have 2 of them in the sense that neither one's a real A quarterback. So, they should be pushing each other. And I'm gonna say this again. I firmly believe that they'll never do it because they paid Brock Purdy already, but there should be a quarterback competition. It would bring out the best in both of them because you really don't know which one's better. Should be a quarterback
Right.
competition next year in the
And I
offseason.
think, I'm sorry again, I think we could say it again. Grant and I were very much against the extension for Purdy. We would have made him play this season on his damn contract that he had and see how good are you. And after missing all those games, I don't think he would have gotten this $50 million a year.
No, and it's the same thing with Mac. Like, Mac
Yeah.
had a good 8 games this year, and now he's gonna wanna go to another team and start and get an extension. Sorry, dude, you signed a 2-year contract.
Yeah.
You have to be the backup here one more year for $4 million. So sorry, but it's not our job to make you happy. We have to do what's best for you, and we've gotten in a lot of trouble from trying to make players happy. That's how that's how Brock Purdy got his contract. So we're not gonna make the
Yeah.
same mistake twice. We wish we had taken our time with Brock Purdy. You're gonna have to wait 1 more year, Max. Sorry.
And what's more, Iggy, they did make him happy. They gave him a
Right.
chance to start. They gave him a chance to show his character to the whole league. And I want to say, he's getting $4 million a year. I don't get $4 million a year.
That's right.
It's not what other people get. $4 million a year is nice. If you have 2 years like that, it's $8 million.
He probably got
I could,
25 million from the Patriots, so he's not hurting.
yeah.
Yeah,
So I don't think that anyone owes him any apology. He owes them thanks.
agree. And he should
Yeah.
want to be on the 49ers again next year. He should want to be Brock Purdy's backup again next year because, again, Mac's going to play. And
Yeah.
when he
Brock's going to get
does, he's
hurt.
going to be in a system that's good for him.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Corey Coleman says, yes, my Hawks lost yesterday and Sam played horrible. The fact that we were a field goal away shows how good the team is. Go Hawks. I do think it's a very good team.
I would agree with that. Yes.
Yeah. I don't know about the quarterback, but it's a really good team. It seems like when the Seahawks lose, it's because of that quarterback. Josh B says you can get out after 2026 in Purdy's contract too.
Well, that's an interesting concept. Let's see how he does.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
We get this year and next year. It's Nick says trading Mac to control the narrative is very soft and yet very on brand, I think.
I would say not. I agree with soft. I would also say weak.
Weak. I would also say arrogant. Like we don't
Yeah.
need this. We can get our own plan. That's even better. Curtis
Yeah.
Rourke will do what Mac Jones did. We can get another Mac Jones. Mac Jones is just grow on trees. Andrew Powell says, how high a pick would you need to get to trade Mac?
I wouldn't trade him.
I wouldn't trade him, man. He's a quarterback on your team that's going to start. It's worth a
I
lot.
wouldn't
Bill
trade
Kennedy
him.
says, wonder what Mac was laughing about in the final huddle.
I wondered about, Bill, God love you, because I was watching that too. Don't you wish you were in that huddle and you could hear what he was saying is, I guess I'm good at kneeling down. I mean, you wondered what he was saying, but he was clearly enjoying himself. He didn't feel belittled by being asked in to kneel. It amused him.
Yeah. It's just funny. Like he gets his final stat line for the day is no passing yards and -3 rushing yards. What went through my head when I saw it is like, hold on, you left Brock Purdy in for the whole fourth quarter, that garbage time, but then you brought him out so that Mac Jones could take the kneels. I mean, usually you want to take him out so that he doesn't get hit. You're not going to get hit on the kneel down. I remember when I was a kid, Steve Young would frequently be sitting for a long stretch in the fourth quarter with the hat on. Remember with the hat, and Elvis Grbac would be playing, right? They do that all the time in the fourth quarter. You did it for the kneel down. It almost, and again, I keep going back to the theme of controlling the narrative. It was all about making Brock Purdy be, the player of the week, and his stat line had to be pristine on top of the win. I don't think they wanted him to have -3 rushing yards. That's my thought. I don't think
Okay.
because he didn't scramble in the game. He didn't run. And if he had the -3 rushing yards, people would have, I don't know, noticed. So that's what I thought. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm a
I'll tell
conspiracy
you
theorist.
what. I'll tell you what I thought. I didn't
Yeah.
think that. I thought Kyle has blown so many fourth quarter leads. I mean, in fact, on his gravestone, it could say, "I blew a lot of fourth quarter leads.
Yeah.
Look at the Super Bowl."
Yeah.
It could be. I mean, that's his thing.
I
And
invented
I
new ways to blow fourth quarter leads in big games.
And Iggy, I think he was scared to death, even
Yes.
against Arizona, that he would blow a fourth quarter lead, and he wasn't about to do it. That's what
Well,
I
in his
thought.
defense, it's not like his defense could stop anything or will
Right?
at any
Yeah.
point this year. They made Jacoby Brissett look like, I don't know, John Elway.